When Cycle World invited me to the KTM Freeride press introduction near San Diego, I was excited to test this new model. Coming from a trials background, I can appreciate the capabilities of a purebred competition bike. But there are times when I wish my bike wasn't so specialized for freeriding. Having a seat, for starters, would be nice. I also race AMA Endurocross, and often wish my race bike had some more trials-like characteristics for the rough stuff. With the new Freeride, I feel as KTM has designed and built the bike of my dreams. Time to take a ride into the future. Details. This new KTM Freeride 250R bridges the gap between a full-size enduro and a trials bike. It has a relatively low seat height of 36.0 inches and a claimed dry weight of only 204 pounds, which helps make it a great play bike. Most riders will find that the compact size inspires confidence in difficult terrain. The chassis is unique. It uses perimeter frame made of chrome moly steel and aluminum, and it looks very space-age. In typical KTM fashion, the new Freeride 250R is well thought out and built with high-quality parts. In front, there's an inverted 43mm WP fork. In back, a linkless WP PDS shock. The controls and brakes are supplied by Formula and Braking, while Maxxis Trialmax tires are used front and rear. The torquey powerplant is a 250cc two-stroke single-base loosely on a KTM 250XC motor. It has electric start only, and there's no power valve. In addition to being quieter, the exhaust is smaller and tucked away better. In short, the Freeride motor feels very trials-like. It makes mellow usable power early in the range, then signs off quickly. It has a smaller carburetor, lower compression, and less horsepower than the 250XC motor, but it makes great torque and will chug lower than any enduro bike without stalling. Another unique feature, the 2015 KTM Freeride 250R has a seat and tank shroud that is hinged and pops open as one unit to access a fuel filler and air filter. The translucent tank allows you to see the fuel level, while the cartridge air filter requires no tools. Time for a ride. I pushed the magic button and the Freeride 250R started quickly. The choke was a bit buried and tricky to reach, but I didn't care because I was eager to see what this bike was all about. The motor was a little cold-blooded at first, and the sounds reminded me of a trials bike. The controls and general layout were comfortable, but I wasn't crazy about the tall and narrow bars, or the footpeg location. Those, however, are personal preference items adjustable with KTM hard parts. I took off and did a couple of wheelies and nose wheelies. Everything seemed to work. Clutch was solid, brakes worked well, and the motor felt lively if you didn't rev it too much. The 250-acre ranch where we rode, which had MX and enduro cross tracks, featured a good mix of steep technical trails and rock outcroppings. In other words, it was a great spot to test the handling of this new KTM, and we immediately started searching for obstacles. The gearbox worked fine all day. As did the plush suspension, which soaked up small and medium speed bumps like a champ. When we came across some boulders, we had the chance to see if this half-breed had enough trials characteristics to be fun. Our verdict? Yes! With its small lightweight chassis and torquey trials-inspired motor, the KTM Freeride 250R proved to be an absolute blast. Want to rip down a trail then play around with your rock climbing skills? No problem. Want to explore some new areas without making a lot of noise or leaving an impact? Perfect. Just push the button and smile. Even though this KTM may be considered entry-level, it is much more capable than a Yamaha TTR 125 or a Honda CRF 150. In the right hands, with a few mods, the KTM Freeride 250R could be turned into a legitimate extreme enduro bike. Out of the box, however, the Freeride is just a really fun rock crawling play bike that beginners and experts can enjoy. Our verdict: the 2015 KTM Freeride 250R will entertain a wide variety of riders. It's not a competition bike, but it can hustle through a tight trail and then go climb a log or rock along the way. Just for fun. Because it is so user-friendly, with electric start and that mellow motor, this new KTM would be perfect for camping trips or teaching somebody how to ride. However you plan to use the new Freeride, kudos to KTM for thinking outside of the box and possibly creating a whole new type of off-road riding.